Hello everybody, my name is Michael. You know me as Coding Jungle, and today I'm going to show you how to install and set up Stratagem 2.0 to use Node.js and Socket.io, which will offer real-time benefits to Stratagem. And if you don't know what that means, there's a lot of advantages to having a real-time system over the Ajax system that's currently in Stratagem. Basically, if I was to move this card from in progress to bugs, this could take up to 2 minutes to update on, to another connected person. And that might actually cause some problems. You never know. I mean, it's not a big time period, and I mean, I guess it depends on how many people you actually have working on a project. But if you want to offer something cool to, not cool, but something useful to your, to your other developers or whoever is using this with you, this is one feature that I've added to 2.0 that will allow that. And but it requires a setup. There will be two types of it. There will be the self-hosted, which you know what I'm going over today, and then the service, which will be available like it is for Babel on my site. But just to let you know, this is an optional thing. You do not have to do this, and because Stratagem will work with or without it. So, all right, let's get started. So we've already gone over the benefits of it. Like if I was to move the column around and everything, this would take some time for it to update. And not necessarily cause problems, but it's just it's based on an technology we've been using since early 2000s. Now sockets and Node.js gives us an advantage that we see. It took a few seconds for it to update, but you did see it update. So let's get started. Let's first thing you need to do is come here to your admin panel or ACP, log in, of course, and then come down here to community and find Stratagem and then click on settings. All right, once in here, you're gonna click on the socket tab and you need to enable it. Now ignore the service thing. All the service is going to do is allow you to this is for if you bought it from, bought the server from me, you would have access to it. You'd get a license key and your account email would be used here to set everything up for you. But we're not doing that. So we're doing the self-hosted, which is included with Stratagem. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure the URL is right. All I'm doing here is I'm taking the URL that the server is on, that IPS is on, and put it in here. So it might be different for you guys. You would know. And then the port, I just put 3000 here as a default. You can use whatever port you want, but it's got to be open and it's got to be open in your firewall and available to the the script. So that's something you have to contact your host about to make sure that it's open. And but you'll probably take care of that when you get Node.js installed, because I'm not going to go over that, how to install Node.js, how to set it up, and all that. I'm just covering how to set up the sockets with it. So you're on your own on that, but on this you got me. So I'm just going to leave it as the default. So then you got your clubs. You want clubs when they create a project to have access to the sockets. If not, you disable it here, but if you do, you turn it on. So we're going to hit save. You got everything in there. So enable, make sure the URL is right, set your port, enable, disable club. And once you save it, two new buttons will appear up here, the Stratagem.js and the package.json, both of which we'll need. So we're going to click on the package.json. And what the package.json does, it's basically a list of the packages that Node will need to install for to work with the application here. So we're going to hit save. I'm going to hit Stratagem JS. And if you're going to use certificates here, you need to fill in your certificate information, or otherwise you'll have to edit the file. So we're going to hit save. And once we do that, it will take a few seconds. and then we can download it because it builds it and then we can download it. And if you want to take a look at the files, we'll open them up here in PHP Storm. This is our, you won't have to do that, I promise. It's something I forgot to trim out of the file over here when I was editing it earlier. Let's do that right now so we don't have to do that later on. Alright, so when we come in here, this tells it needs two packages. It needs Express and Socket.io. And then it tells you some things about the application, like the name of it, the version, the description, the author, all that. So once we have that, we're good to go. And then the Stratagem JS, it's the actual application module for Node that will power everything. Now, if you ever do open up this file and you need to edit it for some reason, basically you're probably not going to want to go past this where it says do not change anything below. It might avoid your warranty. Because this is the workhorse. This is where everything happens that makes the socket I/O thing possible. Everything above that is just your standard settings for it. Like this is the site key, which allows you to connect to it. Your port and your certificate information. So if that all looks good, you're good to go. Now, for you guys, what you want to do, you want to upload this to your server and SSH into your server. We're not going to do that here because I do run Linux. So I'm going to just set it up here. So, you SSH into your server, which I don't have to do because I'm in it. But I am going to, I don't know why I did that. We're going to go to where we uploaded it to. And if you look in there, you'll see the package JSON and the Stratagem JS. So first thing we want to do, again, you'll have to make sure Node.js is installed, and as well as npm, which is more likely installed with Node.js. So, you want to install the packages for it. So you want to type in npm space install and hit enter. And what this will do, this will grab all the packages that Node needs to run. And if you look at them, they're a fair amount, but they're not very big. Alright, so once we get that done, the next step, now there's a couple ways to start up the script for Node. And I'm going to do it just the basic way. You're more than likely want to install something that will start Node with your server. And you can create an init script. I'm not going to go over that in this video because every OS in the world is different on how to start up things with the server. In most Linux distros, they use systemd. The script isn't too hard to write. I'll probably provide one later on. But for right now, we're just going to use the Node. We're just going to start it up directly with Node. And what we want to do is we're going to type in sudo node, and then we're going to type in stratagem.js. And then we're going to hit enter. And this will be good as long as this window stays open here. As soon as I close it, it kills off the Node part. That's why you needed a init script to start this up in the background. Again, I won't be covering that in this video, but I will have either a video or a how-to guide on how to do that later. Alright, so now if we come back over here to Stratagem, I'm going to refresh. As you can see, it's already set up, it's connected. And this one's connected over here too. And if I was to grab this card and move it to the first column, it moves it. If I open up this card and I leave a comment, it processes the comment in real time. Change the card color, logo change. I want to assign badges. It assigns the badges. I want to remove a badge. It removes the badge. So that's basically what the sockets do. It allows you real time, so stuff happens on anybody that's connected at the same time, or more or less. There might be a slight delay because of network congestion, lag, distance from the server, that sort of thing, network speed. But for the most part, they should be all in real time. I have no idea why it went that slow, but it did. As you can see, it allows for faster communications between the two people or the people connected. So your server will, or your stratagem, your project will be in real time, and you can actually turn it off on a project level. Let's say you don't want it, turn it off. As you can see now, it's back to the old way. But where's the fun in that, you know? All right. If you have any questions or comment, let me know. Put them down below in the comment section. I might see them. I might not. If you really want to contact me, go hit me up on my website, codingjungle.com, and drop me a message. My name is Michael over there as well. It's easy. Michael. And I'll try to get back to you in a reasonable amount of time. You guys have a good day, and I hope this has been informative for you and helps you along. All right. You guys have a good day now.